Grandma continued with the narration of the Ramayana. Thus, the monkeys captured Suka and imprisoned him. Sri Rama then turned to Vibhishana, Sugriva, and the others and asked, "How can we find a way to cross the ocean?" Vibhishana stepped forward and reminded Sri Rama that he had been born in the lineage of his ancestor Rajasagara, after whom the ocean had been named as Sagara. He suggested that Rama pray to the ocean god Varuna and ask him to suggest a path forward. Sri Rama was most pleased at this suggestion. Since Vibhishana was a new devotee, the Lord used this opportunity to remind him how dear he was to him. By doing this, he also helped clear the doubts of those in the monkey army who were still suspicious about Vibhishana's intentions. Sri Rama spread the holy dharba grass on the seashore and prostrated to Varuna. But even after Sri Rama had continuously worshipped the ocean for 3 days and nights, the sea waves did not subside and Varuna did not appear. Sri Rama became angry with the ocean. Remember, Unni, that Sri Ramachandra has complete control over his emotions. Within himself, he is calm and peaceful at all times. Unni interjected.
Yes, Grandma. Even Amma is like this. I've seen that sometimes she gets angry or sad, but the next moment she's smiling again. Why do these great souls act this way?
Grandma responded, "It's quite simple, Unni. They want to convey important lessons to all of us. Even in their anger, these divine souls aim to uplift us. In this case, Sri Rama wanted to do 2 things. First, he wanted to teach Varuna a lesson in humility. And second, he wanted to destroy the Rakshasas who had been troubling Varuna. Remember that the purpose of the Lord's avatar was to destroy evil and re-establish Dharma. With this in mind, he commanded Lakshmana to bring him his bow and arrows. Rama said, "How dare Varuna show such arrogance? My ancestors increased the size of the oceans. For the arrogance he has shown me, I am going to dry up the ocean right now. Let the monkeys then cross over by foot." He then strung an arrow onto his bow. Seeing Lord Rama's wrath, all the fish and creatures of the sea began to tremble in fear. Varuna, frightened by the Lord's anger, surfaced in the form of a hermit holding priceless gems, which he placed humbly before Sri Rama. Then, prostrating before him, Varuna said, "Save me, O Rama! You are the one who created me as water, but I now realize that I am inert without your power. Due to the laws of nature, I can only act as a fluid unless you give me the power to do otherwise. Please do not dry me up. Lord, it would be easy to create an opening for you all to cross over to Lanka. But why not allow these devotees who are longing to serve you to have an opportunity to help?" The Lord's anger abated, but the arrow he had been about to release could not remain unused. So, on Varuna's request, the Lord released the arrow towards the north, to the abode of the many sinners who had created turmoil for the sea god. The arrow sped away, destroyed the troublemakers, and then came back and settled into Rama's quiver. Varuna bowed down and said, "Lord, amongst your Vanara devotees is the monkey Nala. Nala is the son of Vishvakarma, the divine architect, and is most qualified for this task. He had once received a boon that any stone he throws on water will float. Allow him to utilize this boon to build a bridge to Lanka. I will help by allowing the stones to bind together to form a bridge. Everyone can then walk to Lanka. Further, the world will always remember your holy name if you accomplish this task." Nala, upon hearing his name, came forward and bowed before the Lord. Sri Rama smiled gently and said, "Dear one, I did not know that someone so skilled is there amongst us. Please help me by guiding the monkey army and get the bridge built as soon as possible." Nala immediately instructed the monkey army to uproot mountains, huge rocks and trees, and bring them to the seashore. Nala then started to build a dam to contain the waters. Sri Rama installed an idol of Lord Shiva on the spot where the bridge was about to start. Everyone prostrated before the idol of Lord Shiva. The Lord did this to show us that we should pray before undertaking any important venture. This spot has since become a place of pilgrimage and is known today as Rameshwaram. Unni exclaimed,
Grandma, this is so wonderful. The Lord could have done all the work by himself, but because they built the bridge, the monkeys got the credit for it.
Grandma smiled. That is right, Unni. See how the Lord always wants his devotees to benefit. He wants nothing for himself, but is always thinking of how to help his devotees. Unni smiled and clapped his hands.
So, Grandma, did the monkeys finish building the bridge?
Of course. Their hearts were brimming with love for Sri Rama. Each monkey worked hard under the supervision of Nala, and the bridge was completed in 5 days. The monkeys started walking fearlessly on the bridge that spanned the ocean. Sri Rama travelled on the strong shoulders of Hanuman. Lakshmana travelled on Angada's broad shoulders. When they reached Lanka, they climbed up Mount Subela. The city of Lanka was stretched out below them. Just as Hanuman had described, Lanka was glittering like gold. Sri Rama took in every small detail of the city. He saw Ravana sitting inside his palatial chambers, surrounded by royal finery and his ministers. Lord Rama said, "Hey monkeys, it is time to release Suka. Let him go and inform Ravana of our arrival and about how we have walked to Lanka after building a bridge across the ocean." The monkeys freed Suka, who scurried to the court of Ravana. Ravana asked him, "Why did you delay in returning? You look tired. Did the monkeys harm you?" Suka replied, "O Lord of Lanka, let me share with you words that are in your best interests. Please, hear me out. I travelled through the air and arrived where Sugriva was sitting. I concealed myself amongst the monkeys, but Sugriva found me out. The monkeys caught hold of me and started punching me. Believe me when I say that the Lord is so compassionate. He ordered the monkeys not to harm me, a mere messenger. The monkeys built a bridge across the ocean and are now in Lanka. Vibhishana, your brother, is also with them. After releasing me, Rama told me to convey a message to you. Please listen. Release Sita or else prepare for war. I shall totally annihilate you and your army." Suka then showed Ravana the monkey army on top of Mount Subela and described the might of the likes of Nala, Angada, Jambavan and Hanuman. Suka told Ravana that it was impossible to win a war against Sri Rama. He urged Ravana to give up his arrogance and to surrender. Though Shuka's advice was wise and meant to dispel ignorance, Ravana could not appreciate it. Outraged, he roared, "You are my servant, and you dare advise me? I am letting you off the hook now in return for a service you did me long ago. Get out, or I shall finish you off in a minute." In great fear, Shuka left the court. It is said that once upon a time, Shuka had been a rishi. Due to a curse, he had taken the form of a Rakshasa. He had been transformed by the grace of Sri Rama. When he left Lanka, he attained his former state as a rishi and spent his remaining years in an ashram, worshipping the Lord as his ardent devotee. Unni, during the start of the construction, a little squirrel was observing what was happening from a tree. He saw the mighty monkeys carrying slabs and stones, and in his little heart arose a desire to help. Thinking of what he could do, he went and dipped himself into the ocean. After doing this, he rolled about in the sand on the shore. Then he went up to the bridge and shook his little body as forcefully as possible so that the sand would fall and fill the gap between the rocks and boulders. He kept doing this for some time. One monkey, who was carrying a slab, shouted at the squirrel, "Stop coming in our way! Don't you realize that you'll get squashed if you come under our feet? Move away now!" But the squirrel would not listen and kept doing his work. The all-knowing Lord Rama saw the little creature and was moved. He scooped the little squirrel into his palms and caressed him with his 3 fingers. It is said that the Indian squirrel gained its 3 stripes due to the Lord's touch. Amma says, the beauty and charm of selfless love and service should not die away from the face of this earth. The world should know that a life of dedication is possible, that a life inspired by love and service to humanity is possible. Just like Lord Rama allowed the monkeys and squirrel to serve him, Amma gives us so many opportunities to serve her. It is not that she needs us to do anything for her. However, because we love her, we also want to help in some way, isn't it? Let us use the opportunities that Amma gives to serve her with love. Just like Rama took the monkeys across the ocean, let us serve Amma who can take us across the ocean of samsara.